I thought my toddler was being kidnapped. What happened next changed how I see the world. My heart stopped when I saw a large man in a hoodie pick up my 2-year-old son at the playground. I was just 15 feet away, digging through my bag for wipes after Ethan had fallen. By the time I looked up, the stranger had my baby in his arms. I screamed, dropping everything and sprinting toward them. Other parents turned. A woman pulled out her phone. Time slowed down as pure terror flooded my veins. The man turned, confusion on his face. That's when I noticed he was wearing headphones. He gently put Ethan down and pulled them off. "I'm sorry, ma'am. I thought he was lost." He was crying and looking around, he said with a thick accent, hands raised defensively. "I was just bringing him to the benches to find his mom." I snatched Ethan up, heart still pounding. The man was massive, at least 6'4", with tattoos covering his neck and hands. Everything about him screamed danger to my suburban-raised instincts. "I am a father too," he said quietly, showing me his phone. Background 3 smiling children. "I would want someone to help my kids if they were lost." My cheeks burned with shame. I'd been ready to call the police on a man who was simply helping my son. Would I have reacted the same way if he'd been wearing a suit? If his skin had been a different color? If he didn't have tattoos? He must have read my thoughts. "It's okay, I understand how it looked," he said with a sad smile. That suggested this wasn't the first time he'd been misjudged. That night, I couldn't sleep. What struck me wasn't just my snap judgment, but how deeply programmed it was. I'd been so certain of danger that I couldn't see kindness standing right in front of me. 2 days later, I returned to that playground with Ethan and a homemade card. The man was there, watching a little girl on the swings. His daughter, I learned. His name was Marcus. He'd served 2 tours in Afghanistan before becoming a nurse at the children's hospital. Those tattoos I'd found so threatening, names of fallen friends from his unit. "I brought too many cookies," I said awkwardly, offering the box a peace offering. "No peace needed," he smiled. "But my daughter never turns down cookies." As our kids played together, Marcus told me about moving to our neighborhood, about the neighbors who crossed the street when they saw him coming, about teaching his children to always be extra polite in stores so no one would feel threatened. It was the most uncomfortable conversation I've ever had and the most necessary. That day taught me something I'll never forget. Our instincts aren't always wisdom. Sometimes they're just fear wearing a convincing disguise. I almost robbed my son of a wonderful friendship because I couldn't see past appearances. What else might I be missing? A tree clod can make mistakes.